So you guys thought CES was done? No, sir. This is Friday here at the Venetian, and we are at MSI. As always, they have put on an impressive show of all of their new products, and they keep expanding. They're now into cases as well as peripherals, graphics cards, motherboards, routers, basically anything that you can think of in the PC space, they do now. So they have a whole bunch of new products that we're going to be taking a look at in this video.
BPS Custom's coverage of CES 2023 is powered by Thermaltake and their new Series 500 cases. Available in black or snow options, Thermaltake gives you the power of airflow and performance with 4 included ARGB fans and massive radiator support. There's also option for an LCD side panel upgrade that displays system info, weather, time, and more. Check out these stylish new Series 500 TG cases available January 4th, and thank you to Thermaltake for making this video possible.
Now, I know that there are a couple companies showing off Gen 5 SSDs at the show here, but this is MSI's version, and it's actually the first one that I have seen in person. This is their Spatium M570. It's a Gen 5 NVMe SSD, still a ways off here. We're probably talking like end of year. But they have a live demo here running on this system, and check out these numbers. 12K read, 11K write, and that is pretty impressive. Now, we don't exactly know what the capacities of these are going to be, but I think it's probably pretty safe to say that we're going to be looking at 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, and 4 terabyte versions. What they actually have running live right now is a 2 terabyte demo. So I think that these are going to be something that you'll see at the end of the year. Super high-end, super fast NVMe storage, great for video editing probably, and I am definitely excited to see what they do in my system. This is MSI's Prospect 700R, and it is their flagship PC case. I've been told that they've worked very hard to improve on airflow after receiving quite a bit of criticism for their first designs that didn't really have any mesh perforations along the front, and clearly they've done that. They've definitely improved the airflow here. Obviously, I haven't done any testing on this, but it does look definitely better than what I've seen previously. One of the cool things about this case is it comes with a capacitive touchscreen at the top that has people's gross fingerprints all over it, but you can see that there's different functionality baked in here, and if you use the MSI Dragon Center software, you can actually even add more stuff. So you can do things just like check the temperature of whatever happens to be hooked up. I think this is what the CPU temperature is. And then if you hit back, you could go in and check the weather. Oh, apparently that is not yet set up. But you obviously have controls over RGB functionality, and you could check other system info on that front panel that is included. Now, this side panel here is not included, and this is actually a system built in collaboration with EK. In fact, this entire case was designed with water cooling in mind. Now, EK came in and said, hey, we have a perfect distro plate to fit in that back section. Let's work and make sure that this setup works for high-end PC builds. And one of the reasons why this is really targeted at high-end PC builds is because it is a $380 case. So it is available now. You can go and buy it. I don't think it's necessarily something that you're going to see a lot of people want to pick up for, their mid-range systems. But if you are going all out, you are going custom water cooling, and maybe you're working with some EK components, this might be the system build for you. This is another case from MSI. This is the Velox 100R. Now, this is certainly a little more budget-oriented, but it's still $140. It is available now. It is pretty basic, to be honest with you, but it does have a nice RGB accent strip there, and the doors are also attached magnetically, making them really easy to work with and to open, just like that. And then you can pop that door off if you want to work inside. Interior layout. The biggest thing that was pointed out to me is the addition of this rear ventilation along the wall with fan mounts. So if you take a look at this case and you see this solid glass panel here and assume that the only air that's going to be able to come in is along these strips, well, they've actually added in this perforation along the back wall for you to introduce more air from the exterior if you so choose. They did say that in other regions besides the United States, they actually offer this case with, instead of a tempered glass panel, a full mesh panel. And I said, what the hell? Why not bring that to the United States? I think that would sell really well. And unfortunately, it just doesn't look like it's going to happen. So this is the Velox 100R, $140 available now. And here we have MSI's new Clutch series of lightweight mice. From right to left, we've got the Clutch GM31, GM41, and GM51. They are different sizes and shapes, and they get progressively heavier as we go up. They are available in wired and wireless versions. The wireless versions come with a charging dock and storage for the wireless dongle. Now let's talk weight. For the wired versions, we're talking 58 grams, 65 grams, and 75 grams. Now, that is definitely not the lightest on the market, but MSI said that they wanted to prioritize being able to have a solid feel in the hand as opposed to, you know, punching a bunch of holes in the exterior of the mouse. And they also feel like a lot of people don't necessarily want a mouse that's full of holes, which, you know, I could certainly relate to. But the 51 is a little bit of a different shape. We've got an ergonomic shape here. This is kind of an ambidextrous shape for the 41. And then the 31 is really an odd kind of shape. It's kind of long and narrow and slim. It's kind of cool. So, new gaming mice from MSI, GM31, GM41, GM51, wired and wireless. A lot of people not really excited right now about NVIDIA graphics cards, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about this stuff, but it is really nice to see another manufacturer getting in and producing white versions of the 4080 and 4070 Ti. These are the Gaming X Trio White 4080, 4070 Ti. They look pretty much identical, and if you want one, they will be releasing in the next couple of months. 4070 Ti is coming first, and then the 4080 probably around April. Now, this is actually something that I'm pretty excited about. MSI obviously has partner models of the 7900 XT and XTX. This is the Gaming Trio version, and it's not their high-end Supreme or Supreme or whatever you want to call it. So the price differential on these versus the reference cards are actually going to be pretty minimal. I'm told that you should only expect to pay about $50 more for this partner card. It's going to obviously have better cooling with their triple fan system, and also higher power budget. We got 3 8-pin PCIe power connectors here, and we should also expect this to run slightly faster. Although the boost clocks are not yet finalized on these, you should definitely see a little bit of a bump over the reference AMD spec for both this XTX and the XT, which does look the same. It's actually over on the other end of the table over there. MSI, of course, does motherboards, and while you guys are probably already familiar with these over here, which are their X670E lineup, maybe something that's a little bit new is on this side of the wall with their B760 boards. So we've got the Mortar, which is a micro ATX. We've got the Tomahawk, which is full-size ATX. And we've got a tiny little Edge, which is mini ITX. Now, these are going to give you significant price savings over the Intel Z790 series, but you do make a few sacrifices. For instance, no overclocking on these boards. But the way they are able to shave a lot of the cost off of the very, very expensive Z790 is a lot of times because they are reducing the power delivery because you don't need it necessarily because you're not going to be overclocking. These boards still do support all the same chips as you would find on Z790, but they are going to be significantly cheaper. I don't have prices yet on the Mortar or the Edge, but the Tomahawk is going to be $209, and it will be coming very soon. And check out this crazy thing. This is a router, but not really like any router that I've ever seen before. If you take a look, it's got these kind of shark fin antenna looking things that are moving around. This is really still in the proof of concept phase, and it's called the Radix BE22000 Turbo. Hopefully, MSI said they should be bringing this to market towards the end of the year, but the point of this is that it's actually going to be able to use these rotating and self-positioning antenna to find the best signal and best direction to position themselves. You don't have to take, for example, these Wi-Fi antenna and move them around to get the best signal. This actually will do it for you. The one thing that I said about this is if I have a router that's in my house and it's got these paddles that are kind of flipping and flopping all over the place, my cat is going to attack it. And I was told, yeah, that is going to be an issue for some people. So unfortunately, you might have to deal with pet attacks on your new router, but you know, you'll get some good signal out of it as a result. We got several more meetings to get to, so that is a wrap here at MSI in the Venetian. Thank you very much to them for showing us around, and thank you very much to our sponsor for this trip, Thermaltake. Check them out at the link down below in the video description, and let me know in the comments what you guys think of any of the new products that we checked out here today. Do you like your router to be moving around on its own, or is that just a little bit too weird? Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll check you in the next one.